Okay guys, so my name is Hardiki Devre and I'm going to share my experience of giving my biometrics at VFS Ahmedabad. So you can have an idea of how it happened with me, how it happened for me, and later on the similar kind of stuff would happen at the rest of the VFS also. I'm going to discuss the whole process over here from the very start to the end, and I'm also going to talk about the two services that they are offering during this pandemic time and after they have opened up. So I had my biometrics on 30th of November 2020. So the appointment time was 10:30 a.m. Okay, so basically as soon as you go over there will be a guard sitting down at the VFS center, and he would be asking you to just arrive before 15 minutes of your appointment date. If there is a less crowd before your allocated appointment time, the guard would allow you to go in after checking the appointment letter, and he would also sanitize your hands as well as check your temperature. So after you are up, there will be another guard who will be taking your appointment letter, and he would just mark in his own paper for his reference or maybe for the VFS reference that okay, this person has arrived and is going to do his or her biometrics. After that, there will be a person. Okay, so on the stairs also there is this social distancing being maintained, so you don't need to just worry about it. So basically, after you're done with these all formalities, there will be a person from VFS itself who will be explaining you the two basic packages, that is the basic package, and that is called the non-premium package, and the premium package. So basically I asked him a lot of questions, so I'll be sharing my own view whether to go for it or not. So basically when you select a non-premium service, so they'll start explaining you with the premium service itself. So they'll tell you that they'll help you out if you opt for a premium service. So basically you'll be taken to a premium lodge where you don't need to wait. And to be very honest over here, I didn't opt for the premium service. Still, I didn't have to wait for getting my biometrics done. So basically they also mentioned that you will be provided with the refreshments as well as newspaper and magazines to read, and you will be taken to a premium lodge. So basically they'll be telling you this, that these are the advantages. So I asked him that is there any processing delays in case I opt for a non-premium service. So they said no, as such there is no processing delays. And I asked them that if they provide me in writing that my passport is their complete authority. So they again said that no, they won't be providing anything as such. So basically you need to pay rupees 3050 at the counter if you opt for this premium service. And the third benefit that they said was you get a 50% discount on the two-way courier service. Basically 50% is counted as you'll be, after you pay rupees 3050, when the courier person comes to pick up your passport, you need to pay him around 550 rupees again for the one-way courier charge. The second way would be paid by the VFS. So here is how the 50% discount works. And if you don't go for a premium service, again the courier boy shall come to your place and pick up your passport. So basically this was one of the issue that people thought would happen, that the courier boy won't come to your place and pick up. So in both the process, again you have to make your envelope completely ready by putting all the documents and writing the address and doing all the formalities, and then handle it to the courier person. In both of them, whether you opt for premium or you go for a basic, you need to do this. So basically I just find the only difference is the waiting period which they are saying. But again, as such, since there are only 5 to 6 people are allowed at a single time, so the waiting time isn't that much. Okay, then okay, so continuing with the process, and I'll also add in the other advantages if I have missed any of them. So yeah, again another benefit which they tell is that you will have a social distancing maintained. So to be very honest, again social distancing isn't the issue if you even go for a non-premium service, because they make you sit at a far distance apart from each other, so you don't have to again worry about the social distancing. And the fourth benefit, or the first benefit which they say, is that you don't need to wait for your biometrics to be done. So basically, since all the 10 booths at VFS are working simultaneously, 5 each time after being sanitized properly, so you actually don't need to wait a lot. Maximum waiting period for myself was around 10 minutes, and I guess that is fair enough, and it isn't worthy to spend 2000 bucks just for not waiting for the queue. Okay, so moving on with the process. After the person explains you everything, he'll tell you that which service you want to go for. Yeah, another thing which I would like to mention over here is that he told me that the difference again will come with the payment link. So basically, when you go for a premium service, you'll be paying the whole amount at the VFS center at that very moment. And if you don't go for the premium service, that is, you go for a non-premium service, if you don't go for the premium service, that is, you go for a non-premium service, then the whole what I say, yeah, so you have to pay the whole amount with the payment link which they shall provide you. So basically, this will be done when you receive a PPR request, and they will you'll have to send them the details, after which they will send you back a payment link. So they again say that you won't have the hassle to do all of these things if you go for a premium service. So basically, you won't waste those 2 to 3 days of getting back the reply of payment link from VFS. So again, this is another advantage which they mentioned. So the process would be a little bit faster in terms of the processing times, not the processing times, I can say. They said that the process would be a little bit faster in premium, because you don't need to worry about the payment link being received since you have already paid for the service. So these were all the things that I wanted to talk about the two services, and all the questions that I asked were, I hope all the questions that were in your mind are clear now. So moving on to the process was, so after this person explains you, he'll tell you that which service you want to go for, and if you choose that you want to go for non-premium service, they'll again ask you, that person will again ask you that are you sure you want to go for it, because after you are after you have once chosen to go for a non-premium service, you won't be. Yeah, so after you're done with the whole waiting period, you need to go inside the biometric booth as soon as your token number is displayed on the screen. Along with that, your booth number would also be displayed, so you need to go into that particular booth. So after you're done with going inside the booth, the next process is that the VFS employee sitting over there who would be taking your biometrics would tell you to sanitize your hands. The person himself would provide you with the sanitizer, and you need to sanitize the hands. After you're done with sanitizing your hands, the person would ask you the basic details, that is your name, your father's name, and which purpose you're going to Canada for. And after you provide the details, the person would ask you for the documents, that is your passport, your appointment letter, and the BIL, that is biometrics instruction letter. And after you provide all of these documents, the person would tell you to read the instruction which is on one of the walls. They have stuck a board on one of the wall, so you need to read the instructions, and that instruction clearly tells you about where your biometrics would be used, and in case you have any physical disability, you need to tell the person very honestly. So that is the instruction that you need to read over there. After you are done with reading the instruction, the person will tell you to remove your mask and display your hands on the camera that is placed on the top of the person on one of the walls. So you need to show your hands, your face, the front side of your hand, the back side of your hand, and the flexibility of your hands, and the person will verify that. And after you are done with showing that, the person will ask you to give the biometrics. So the left hand four fingers, the right hand four fingers, and followed by the two thumbs. So after you're done with that, the person will tell you to sit on the chair for the photograph to be taken. And after you're done with the photograph, the person would verify your name, spelling of your name, your father's name, and your birth date. So after you're done with verifying this, the person is going to provide you with the biometric receipt, which consists of the following details. That is your name, the very first thing, and the date and time of receipt, the reference number, tracking ID, application type, and type of biometric, and their details will be mentioned. That is, camera was turned on. As I said, the camera process has shown, applicant has shown hands to the camera, applicant has read the privacy notes, and no unauthorized person was allowed inside the biometric booth, and the applicant sign, officer sign. So behind this whole receipt, there will be one paper that will be stuck by the officer, which will be again consisting of the family name, the given name, the date of birth, IRCC number, and the biometric ID. So the same paper would be also stuck behind your passport, or for some people it will be stuck on the BIL. So after you're done with this process, the person is going to give you back all the documents that he or she has taken, and would give you the feedback for a feedback card that you were served by this or this person, and please provide the feedback. Most of the people don't get this from the employee, but then some of them get. And along with this, if you ask them certain questions, so for me, I asked them that did they start sending out the PPRs to the people who were done with the biometrics on 27th. So for that, she asked me that yes, they have started, but then she wasn't clear about how much time it would take for the rest of the people. So I asked her further questions, and for that she provided me a sheet of paper which consisted of few numbers in case I wanted to know about the particular information. So she shared me that paper also. So this was it for the whole process. After you're done with it, they'll tell you to go out of the booth, and again the booth would be sanitized properly. After it is done, you will be allowed to go out of VFS. So the whole process took me 22 minutes. So basically my appointment was at 10:30, and since there was nobody to go before me and there was no rush, so the guard allowed me to go in before time. So I went in by 10 o'clock, I believe, and I came out by 10:22. That was for sure. So it took me around 22 minutes. I didn't opt for any premium service, and the waiting time according to me wasn't much. It was just around 6 to 7 minutes for me, although there were 5 to 7 people before me. So since the booths are working simultaneously, so I don't think the waiting time is a big deal. So that was it for today's video, and this is my personal opinion. Do not go for a premium service. I also discussed in great detail about what are the benefits that you get from choosing a premium service and not choosing a premium service. So the choice is completely yours. Whether you need to feel a need to go for a premium service, then you should definitely go for it. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope it was useful for you, and make sure to hit the like button in case it was useful for you.